Liking my shorts. I'm so happy. I don't know if this look is going to continue throughout the tournament, but I've got Stermy here, so enough about my shorts. And of course, we're going to look at the groups as well. So let's just bring that up on the screen now as we can check out today's action. So, of course, we covered a few of these games, and you can see that the Hang managed to 2-0-0-4. And that's interesting as well. I mean, 0-4, a lot of people are saying. In fact, actually, Clock told me, he's like, man, I think this year 0-4 is going to win. Yeah. And he's looking in good shape. So what are your thoughts about like 0-4? Have you seen anything from him yet?
Well, I've seen him playing in the Faces Sunday Cups, and he looked pretty strong. Unfortunately, I think he plays fourth in the overall groups. So, I don't know. I mean, these matches still don't mean much at the end of the day, and a lot of people are taking it as probably as a warm-up as well. So, he has so much experience through the years. He has been playing for so long. So, I don't know. I never played against him ever in my career. Actually, only once. It was my first ever match in my World Cyber Games 2002, and that's it. So I hope maybe I can play against him in the future.
It's I was thinking, Hang in the interview said, he's like, man, I think Stermy could hit top 4 this year, and I thought that was really interesting.
When did you say that?
When I was interviewing him just now, but let's run through the groups first, because then we'll go on to that, because that just popped into my head. So something about the groups we can see that's kind of interesting is we saw Rafa actually losing to 0-4 as well as everyone else but the Hang. So he managed to 2-1 to Hang, but what are your thoughts about Rafa right now, because he's the world champ, he's one of the tournament favorites. So
well, I think Rafa is one of the best players in QuakeCon ever. He has been winning so many tournaments in the past few years, and I mean, winning against the Hang, it's understandable because they have met and play against each other so many times, and they probably know each other really well. So I think every time they meet, it's kind of like a coin toss. I mean, whoever is going to be probably in their best shape, or some small details are going to make the difference. At the same time, I mean, 0-4 and Evo. Evo is probably the European favorite to even win this tournament, because he has been showing for the last years such good performances. But the match against the Hang, I don't know, I haven't seen it, so I can't really give many information about that. But I mean, it's like Group A with such strong line of players, and it's really hard to judge any of them so early in the tournament.
And we can see also what happened in Group B, which you didn't cover. So of course you were playing in Group B. We also have Vu, Destruct, and Chance. Yeah. So we have some interesting results here. It looks like a kind of even across the board. There doesn't seem to be a dominating player in this group. Of course, you're playing in this group. So do you want to talk very briefly about some of your matches?
Sure. Well, basically, first match I played against TKT. We played T7, DM13, and Cure. On T7, it was just pretty funny because we both had such a weird start, where I spawned the grenade launcher, and I think he spawned at the top of the red. And instead of taking the red, he went to take the shaft and rushed the mega health. So I took the yellow armor, I took the rocket launcher, and I went back to the red, took it. So I left the mega to him, and I took the other yellow and the ray gun. And for the first 5 minutes, all the items were like so like mixed up that we were both like not meeting each other, and we were like just trying to hit each other from far away. And then I just had like a super weird fight at the mega health, where basically I won the fight, but then he shot one rocket and I jumped on the mega, but I don't know how I didn't take it. So I fell down, and then he shafted me or railed me and he killed me. And then from there on, that T7 was just like one of the worst T7 I ever played in my career, as also one of my first match of the game. The M13, I played really great, so I don't even remember the game. I mean, I just had really good timing and really good control. And Cure was winning 6-0, and then I managed to just throw the game away, basically. And that's how it went. Against Chance, first map was Toxicity. He was quite close at the start. Then it's quite fast map. He managed to get a frag and then a spawn frag, and he kept going and rushing the item. So I set good game pretty early. Second map was the M13. I won it quite easily, and then third map was T7, and that again, it's like one of the most random T7 I ever played, like 2-0, 2-2. I actually delayed the red armor and some of the items, so I had the perfect control. I got in a fight, I had the best out of it, but then he shot one rocket and I only had 100 HP, so the rocket killed me, but I had killed him like 2 seconds before, and he spawned at Mega Health and he took Mega and Yellow, and I had just taken the red armor, so basically got the control, and I couldn't get back into the game.
It sounds like a very confusing match.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty confused myself because
yeah, I get that.
It's been quite hard for me to play, especially today, because in the last, basically I haven't played a single match since Saturday afternoon, and then I had to leave to come here with you guys and set up all the production, everything. So it's I don't know what to think about my shape right now. I still feel really weird when playing. Like I can't aim. Some matches I aim like really well. Some matches I can't aim really well with the shaft, and it feels so much faster than online as well. So I don't know what to think. I don't think I have much time to get back into like the best shape ever. So I either gonna play as good as possible in the next matches, or I think it's gonna be quite tough for me. But at the same time, since I played like nothing for 2 years and then like 2 weeks, I can really. I don't know. It's a big question mark for me right now.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see how things turn out, and we'll talk a bit more about that in a sec. But we have, of course, Group C and Group D here as well, so you can quickly check those out. It looks like WA's having some great performances. In fact, I think we saw actually from some of the Face It Cups recently that his shape has really been coming along recently, and. Yeah, so that looks like some more dominant performances than Group A and Group B, which have been quite tight all across the board really, with nothing too crazy standing out. So we have Chaotix as well with some wins over Clock, and I think that's quite interesting. Chaotix, not someone that we were looking to for some amazing games this year, but he's been playing a lot, and I think the last Sunday Cup we had for North America, we were pretty surprised at how well he was doing. And also Group D, we have your little brother in there. So tell me about his games in Group D.
Well, I've managed only to see like a few minutes on each game that he played. He won every T7 against all of these guys, and then he had super close matches, even overtimes. And but it's funny because basically his ratio is like 200 clan arena matches and 1 duel. So basically he never played duel, let's put it that way, and he's still putting up a good fight against players such as like Hid ID or KJB. So I mean, it's like, I think it's good experience, and I hope that it's gonna kind of like make him feel that he likes the atmosphere, he likes to participate in tournaments, and maybe in the future he's gonna practice duel as well, because he has so much potential and his skill is like so high. So he could definitely be like in my group, for example, because I mean, even beat me in some practice matches if everything goes right. So
there you go, guys. Those were the groups, and yeah, me and Zoot were actually talking about. We have Group E and Group F as well. I have no idea what's happening. So always good stuff. We have Demex, which is actually he's going to be playing with Rafa's CA team. Actually, he could be one of these guys that just comes out of nowhere. It's like, I mean, in a sense, like a lot of people won't know your brother actually in the duel scene, but of course he's such a highly skilled player. It's just that duel is where all the spotlight is. So it could be some really interesting stuff with these players. But actually dropping to Samer there, 0-2. So you can see all these results. Is anything standing out to you by looking at these groups? Anything at all?
I only know Clown and. I think I played it yesterday against Summer, and I don't know. I mean, they're quite common players to come here at QuakeCon and compete. I don't really know what to think. I mean, I never played against them, being European. It's quite hard, but I mean, it's like I said, it's just for seedings, and I hope we're gonna see the best matches even from these guys, like when the bracket starts.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see some of those names. Of course, they are not so known. Now we're getting into deeper and deeper into the groups. So we have Group G and Group H here, other players, and I gotta say, I'm not super familiar with a lot of these players. Again, more unknown people in the North American scene. But here you go, guys. This is Group G and Group H. And actually, are you familiar with any of these players? I know that you do have some knowledge of the North American scene. I got to say, I'm not super familiar with some of these players.
No, I'm sorry. I don't think I know any of these players, unfortunately.
Yep, I think it's the same goes for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it's great to see, though, all this awesome turnout for the Quake tournament.
Yeah, I think there are also 2 Argentinian players that flew from Argentina and come here to compete.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. And overall, the atmosphere and the players, it's very nice. I think it's probably one of, if not the best QuakeCon I have ever attended. Because I mean, the last years we were not like in this area. We were like really close to the BYOC, and some of the things were really hectic, and there were some like computer delays and all that kind of stuff. While this year, it's been the organization. It's been quite amazing, and everything looks on schedule. We practice. We had the PCs. Everybody has the machine. They don't have to change it. So it's like really good, and I'm pretty happy that I mean that we are here with Face It, obviously, and I'm happy that I'm back playing some duels as well.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot from you recently. So let's actually. This is a good talking point here. We have Stermy. You haven't been around for quite a while. You've been playing Shoot Mania. That's where people would have seen you, and you haven't really been that active in Quake Live Duel and really as a competitor for a while. But now you've been practicing. How's your practicing regime gone? What has it been like trying to get your shape back? What have been some of the hurdles you've run into trying to get the shape back?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last dual tournament that I played was like 2 years ago. That was a really long time, and my last QuakeCon was 2010. So I guess in dual, yeah. So almost 3 years that I don't play dual on a competitive level. While I played the TDM and DreamHack and QuakeCon, so I mean, still had quite a good shape back then. But without playing for like a year and a half, because I played other games. It's been quite tough to get back into the game, mostly because it's like once I get back, my movements were like really bad, and even if I had a good feeling of the maps, at least like 3 or 4 maps that we are playing here at the tournament, it's still really hard to understand when it's the right moment, like to attack or like enemy awareness and all that kind of thing. So that's something that I don't think I still have it right now. I mean, I don't think I'm in the best shape ever. But at the same time, I managed in these 2 weeks to play. Well, first of all, I had to learn Cure. I was quite behind it. I had to get back into a decent shape on T7, the M13, Blood Run, and and then I had to learn Toxicity because I never played it. So I had 2 maps that I had to learn from zero, which is Toxicity and Cure, which are not that bad, I gotta say. I mean, I quite like playing them. And then I had these 3 maps that I had to catch up to the other guys. So it's been fun because my results, especially in the first week, it was like a roller coaster, up and downs. I would win games against really good players and lose games against not even like medium players. It was quite weird, even given the fact that my Italian connection is so awesome. But then the second week I improved quite a lot, and I was quite happy with it. So I don't know how this dual tournament is gonna go. I mean, I have to be fair with myself, but I think that if I play my best, I can do well. But I can't say if I'm gonna place like top 3 or top 6 or yeah.
Yeah, I think you have a lot of fans who are really anticipating to watching you play. But we're gonna shoot over to the desk. Thanks for the interview.